and joy and to a life that you can look forward to. What if that's actually possible? Welcome to the Healing is Possible experience. I'm Rebeccah Silence, your host, and today is a very, very special episode for me. And today I have an announcement that it means everything to me to be able to share with you what I'm about to share. And it truly is because of you that I am in a position to offer what I am about to offer you, which is an unlocked doorway. And behind that door, when you open it, freedom and joy are right there. And it really is possible that you have the means to take your very own hand, grab that doorknob, turn it, open it, and walk through, stepping into joy and freedom so much faster, so much easier than maybe you would believe. I can't thank you all enough for being a part of my Healing is Possible journey, which, as you know, has mostly just been an emotional one. I've healed through cancer. I've healed through the fear and anxiety of coming out of a domestic violence marriage with a 2-year-old as a single mom that didn't trust herself. After that marriage, I went bankrupt. My eating disorder spun out more. I worked 3 jobs and made it work. Before that, my childhood was a doozy. Abuse and trauma that was quite honestly unimaginable. And it's because of relationship and love and coaches and seminars and putting myself out there in community in a way where I was given a lot of feedback about what people were receptive to, what people weren't receptive to. I was forced to look at inauthenticity in a way that allowed me to no longer feel like I have to protect myself, that I can just be who I am, because why not? It's all of you and all of my life experience that has me wake up every morning and go to bed every night, absolutely certain, confidently certain that healing is possible, emotional healing is possible in the face of anything and anyone, and how I'm being perceived or not, what is going my way, what isn't going my way. I still get to be in love with my life, experiencing freedom and experiencing joy. But most of that, what I've learned is to absolutely love and trust myself above all else. And I didn't for so long. I wanted to, I strived to, but it wasn't automatic yet. And the announcement I have today, I'm basically giving you 20 plus years of what I've learned that got me to the other side of emotional hell, depression, anxiety, and even suicidal ideation. And I've got a course for you that's live right now. If you go to RebeccahSilence.com, the Emotional Survival Kit course is ready for you right now. And it's an emotional survival kit because, let's face it, we freaking need one. We have first aid kits. We have kits for camping and boating. And when, you're lost in the woods emotionally, what the hell do you do? Especially when you don't want to mess up what you've already built. You've done so much to leave your childhood behind. You've done so much to build a life and success and to keep putting one foot in front of the other. And you don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to mess up your marriage or your career or a relationship with a kid, a family member, a friend, a person that's really important to you by acknowledging where maybe you're not feeling free or joyful or happy. And this course is going to destigmatize what it means to face your fears and face your emotions and face your truth. This course is the best I've got. It's everything I've got. I'm quite literally, here's my heart in my hands, and I'm giving it to you because you've given me yours. You've given me your hearts, and you've given me access to falling in love with my own heart. No matter what happens, I know my heart. I know who I am. I love who I am. I trust who I am above anything or anyone. And I want you to imagine a life where that could be true for you too. And I've got 7 parts to healing with 7 tools that accompany each part. And these lessons, these tools, they will change your life. And for some people, they might even save your life, meaning the experience of life that you're having, right? I can't take away a diagnosis. I can't bring back the loved one that has passed. I can't change the heartbreaks that have occurred, the events that have occurred. But what I can do is I can help you get emotionally free and no longer going through the motions and haunted by traumas, heartbreaks, losses, tragedies. I'm an upstate New Yorker. We just had a shooting in Buffalo, the cancer hospital that took such good care of me for 4 years, where I had 12 surgeries and came back to life, is in Buffalo, New York. We just had another shooting. What's wrong with people? They don't know how to emotionally regulate themselves. They don't know how to get emotionally stable in turbulent times within and in turbulent times outside of them. They don't know how to be the best of them in the face of their own personal hell. And my course teaches us how to get emotionally free, to demand the best of ourselves, to learn what that means, to understand why we're doing what we're doing, where it's coming from, to normalize that emotions can't hurt or harm us. And neither can our past and neither can our circumstances. I want you to consider that no person is powerful enough to hold you hostage in your life. No event, no trauma. I don't want people's healing journey to take them 20 years like it took me. I don't want people to have to manage their way through their lives, anticipating anxiety, anticipating depression, anticipating that they're going to have to find a way to manage and cope and get by emotionally so they can do the to-do list, so they can show up and pursue those results. Just for a moment, will you get still with me? And just find your own breath. breathing in and out, however is natural for you. Connect to your heartbeat. Can you feel it? It's your power source. It's where your light is. It's never not there. Your power that's bigger than anything outside of you. Your light that will shine on every answer you've ever needed. But we don't want to get still. We don't want to face it. We think it'll cost too much. But what if it doesn't have to be so painful? What if it doesn't have to be so hard? What if we don't need to normalize that bad days happen? Or that good enough is good enough? We get to pick up the pieces now after a global pandemic together while we're in the midst of wars, global wars, wars in our families, wars in our relationships, wars in our marriages, wars with our children. But most of all, there is a war going on inside of you that must and can absolutely end. If you are feeling any type of stress, worry, anxiety, depression, there is a war going on inside of you, and it can end. And it deserves to end. And you are worthy. You are meant to have a blissfully free and joyful experience of your life. There isn't one of us. I don't care who we are. I don't care what we've done. I don't care what mistakes we've made. I don't care what has been done to us or who those perpetrators are in the story. We deserve to come out the other side. And I know it's all real. I used to be very idealistic in a way where I would just hope and wish for the possibilities and the miracles. And now I just freaking know there are possibilities and miracles, and I don't have to hope for it because I know it's there. I just have to access it. And then the access point is never outside of me. It's right here. It's back to that heartbeat, and it's back to that breath. And when I was being told I was dying of cancer, and I was, when my best, all I had was to find my breath and let that be enough. And it was, because our best is always enough in the moment we're in. I began to learn that what I needed to access was me, my soul again. I want us to get still today together in the Healing is Possible experience to begin to connect to the deeper layers of us that can't harm us, that can't threaten us. It's the avoidance of finding out who we really are and feeling our way through emotionally anything in the way of feeling free and joyful. That's what's needed. And it doesn't have to take so long. And yes, anxiety is real. Depression is real. I've been suicidal 3 times. In college, I was almost hospitalized, but I ended up doing extensive therapy multiple days a week, going on antidepressants instead of going into the hospital. And what was happening is my body wouldn't deny that something was wrong, something was off about how I was treating myself, not with me. We've never been broken, and we can't succeed our way beyond the emotional pain. No success will have you feel free. No success will have you emotionally free. And thank God for cancer. For me, in that, it was the spiritual crisis I needed to allow my ego to completely fall apart, to allow me to get to the place where I was unable to ignore that I had no idea who I was. I had no idea what I believed. I had no idea what was really important to me. All I knew was how I had learned to be and what I thought it was supposed to look like and what I thought the answers were outside of me. And it all fell apart. And it was messy, but it was so magical and miraculous to not have to hold on to who I thought I needed to be anymore. It's like God gave me this permission slip to stop the madness, to stop trying to force a version of me that I thought would make my childhood right. And I learned it wasn't about anything that I could do or anything that I was doing that would give me permission to take up space in the world. It was just about being who I am, and that's enough. And being who I am and letting that be enough, it saved my life when I was sick, because it helped me see the path, the right next steps for me, the right doctors, the right healers, the right coach. Nobody could tell me how to survive cancer with such a small percent chance to make it with a new baby and an older daughter and beautiful husband. I had everything. I had done it all right. I had gotten the results. But that wasn't a life. That was just a new way to run away from my pain. And that pain, when you're free of resistance and you're willing to breathe into it and breathe it out and feel your way through it without getting stuck in your head, without focusing on mindset and strategy and doing and results, about relaxing into your emotions and just letting yourself be with it. It's freedom. It's never going to hurt anybody. And I'm so grateful I learned how to find the right direction for me and how to know when I'm going in the wrong direction for me. And it all just starts with a focus on emotionally. How am I doing? So I'm going to ask you right now, emotionally, how are you doing? It's not going to kill you to ask yourself that question. And in fact, it just might give you your life back. It's not about getting the house, getting the job, getting the relationship, getting the vacation. How are you experiencing those things? How are you experiencing you as you experience those things? And it's possible to get to a place where you experience the best of you. You love who you are, mistakes and all, flaws and all, because you should. You're amazing. Truly. I've never met a person I didn't fall madly in love with. I love people. I love life. And then the more honest I get, the freer I get. And then sometimes I can love people and they're not aligned to be a part of my inner circle or support system now for who I am now and where my life is going now. And I've learned, especially over the past year, that we can love people and be very choosy about who we have close to us. And we can demand a life that honors and respects us because we honor and respect and love ourselves. And it's okay. It's okay to go, I know Pandora's box is right here. And I know that I'm not free and fulfilled and satisfied in my life and in my skin yet. And all the answers are right there. It's all in Pandora's box. And what I'm saying is doing anything but addressing it, opening it, looking at it, and loving you as you unpack it so you can set each block to love in life free, not so that you can be re-traumatized, not so that you can be hurt again, not so you can be shamed or guilty, but so you can be free. This word freedom, it's thrown around, but have you ever really felt free? Have you ever really felt like you? That's what I want for you. And I don't want it to have to be as hard and painful and long for you as it's been for me. And it's very simple. The practice of emotional healing. That doesn't mean it's easy. And it's certainly not what we're taught. We're taught find healthy coping skills. Get your mindset right. Get a better strategy. It's all head. And in Coming Back to Life, the book I've written, that's also available on RebeccahSilence.com, I talk about, there's a difference between feelings and feeling. Feelings are about what's happening outside of you, about what happened, about what's happening, about what might happen. And our feelings, we learned them. We learned how to feel rejected. We learned how to feel abused, neglected, dropped, belittled, disrespected, disregarded, disappointed, guilty, shamed, jealous, anxious, depressed. It's all real, that experience. It's all real physiologically. I'm not discounting that, but what I'm saying is there's an emotion underneath it that if you just feel your way through it, you'd get some relief. And I make it simple. There's only 5 emotions that I teach in the Emotional Survival Kit course. There's only 5 that we need to start with, that we need to feel our way through. And don't be afraid that if you start letting yourself feel, you'll never stop. You will. It's just, we got to unclog you emotionally so you can actually be free of the past. When I'm working in couples intensives and family intensives, in coaching sessions with my clients, I can't tell you how many times I've heard, oh, I've dealt with this already. Well, if it's still haunting you in any way, even if it's the most subtle whisper, if you still have a stress response associated to something that happened, you haven't actually gotten free of it yet. You've maybe learned how to manage it. You've maybe learned how to try and make peace with it, or you've maybe learned to understand it. You maybe learned how to have compassion for yourself or other people in the face of what happened, but emotional pain patterns repeat until they're healed. And what I've created for you is an emotional survival kit to actually help you get free and to begin the process of meeting yourself, of being brave enough to design who you want to be next and the life you want to be next. And when you get that clarity, when you have that vision for your life, that's more focused on the experience of life you want to have and less focused on what you think you're supposed to do, and more focused on beingness, being the version of you that you can be proud of, versus being the person that changes other people or circumstances. It's a more fun life. And it's all important. It's all relevant. The emotional survival kit is meant to enhance all of the ways that you already take care of yourselves. I'm not saying this is the way or even a better way. I'm saying there's a next piece of the puzzle of what it takes to actually get happy. And the emotional survival kit gives you access, and it'll help you find your way. I'm not saying I am here to tell you my way is the way. I'm here to help you find your way. My roadmap will absolutely allow you to create your own. My 7 parts to healing and the 7 tools that go with them are meant to give you access to these 7 parts of healing that are already in you. Every part of healing that I teach, every tool that I'm giving you, it's already in you. It's already at your disposal, in you, in your homes. And my hope is that you'll buy this course and that you'll begin to transform your experience of your relationship with yourself, of your relationship with your emotions, that you'll let yourself have it. That passion for life that you have is real, and you don't need to wait to get happy and free. And you definitely won't get more happy and free by checking more boxes or getting more results or by doing more or pushing yourself harder. My work is for the difference makers. It's for the people that saw in their childhoods, something is off here. Not because their parents were bad or wrong. Their parents were a product of what they'd learned too. We're all doing our best. And I want us to see each other through eyes of innocence with an open heart and love ourselves and each other. But I also want us to understand we weren't wrong as kids about it. Could have been different. It could have been better. And I tend to attract those difference makers that wanted more for their families, that love their families so much. And often what happens is those difference makers in the family system, they didn't get validation. So they started to get confused about, is something wrong with me here? This is how it is. I must be the one that's missing something, but I'm here to tell you, you weren't the one missing something. You were just a kid and you didn't have tools, and it wasn't your job to heal your entire family. It's your job to heal you emotionally so that your experience of life can be whatever you want it to be and not just the past on repeat. We fight with ghosts. When we're upset with someone as an adult, we're projecting heartbreak and unhealed emotional pain that we didn't ever heal through with someone in our childhood onto this person right here, right now. And I'm not saying that other people aren't doing what they're doing or behaving badly. Like, sure, and don't take shit. I just want you to know how to get emotionally clear and how to know the difference between when you're emotionally clear and when you're not. Not in your mind clear. It's not enough doing all this work in our heads and getting intellectual understanding, more mindset, more strategy, more mindset, more strategy. It's not enough to get emotionally free. It's not enough to allow your nervous system to finally and actually calm down. The Emotional Survival Kit course is ready for you, and I couldn't be more honored and grateful to offer it to you, my community first. It's everything I've got. It's the best I've got. And we made it as clear and clean and concise and fun for you. Oh my God, what a concept. Getting closer to our emotions can be fun, but I think it can. You know, the most fun I have is ironing out the wrinkles of my soul. I want to know my weak spots. I want to know where I'm living out of alignment with who I've become. And I want to know that seasons of me, versions of me that aren't who I want to be now, it's okay to release and let go of and leave behind. And I want you to know that's possible for you too. I want you in your full on power, feeling how you want to feel, loving yourself, trusting yourself, honoring yourself, respecting yourself, feeling free and enjoying your life. Because you are the type of person that when you get there, you're only going to do more good in the world. The world needs us healed. The world needs role models in emotional healing because so many people feel lost and threatened and alone, and they're tired of being sad, and they're tired of being frustrated, and they're tired of not feeling how they want to feel, and they want to get the most out of life, but they keep it far away. And if we can one at a time start modeling emotional freedom, first for our relationship with ourselves and our lives, but then for our kids, for our marriages, for our teams, for our missions, for our life purpose. And I just want to challenge you that your life purpose could just be getting the most out of your life. And there's never going to be a good time. There's never going to be the right amount of approval and validation that, okay, now you can go for it. Now you can take on your life. And again, this emotional survival kit is here to teach you, even in the most subtle moments where your emotions are holding you hostage, how to get out of survival mode. But if you're really struggling, oh my God, here's a life raft. And I hope you'll give it to yourself. And if you're feeling on the verge, if you're feeling maxed out, like you just don't know how much more you can take, stop pushing and take my course. All I need is 3 hours. And you get to go at your own pace. And what you really get is to meet yourself, your soul, the best of you. And it's gorgeous. And life gets to be delicious and beautiful and magnificent in the face of anything. I promise you that's possible. I promise you. And I want you to have an emotional survival kit that you can take with you anywhere you go because it's in you. And then you can carry it with you metaphorically. I've got mine right here behind me to remind me I love you. I want you to love yourselves more. I want you to give more of who you really are to the world because we need you. And the people that don't get it or who aren't aligned or who would not be able to see what you're seeing, they're not bad or wrong. And they certainly shouldn't be the determining factors about whether or not you're on track. No external factor, including another person's opinion, will ever have you know that you're on track. It's an alignment game with you. And then what's no longer aligned falls away. I'm learning more and more the beauty of allowing what's no longer aligned to fall away. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for caring about people. Thank you for loving life and people so much. And now let's get you free. Let's get you joyfully, blissfully happy. It's your right. I'm Rebeccah Silence. This is the Healing is Possible experience brought to you by my beautiful team at RebeccahSilence.com. And today we are offering you, first, before anybody else, hot off the presses, the Emotional Survival Kit course. It's my life's work. I hope it'll make a difference in your life. It's made all the difference in mine. And it's the best I've got. And I do believe the darkness is real, but so is the light. And I do believe that healing is possible for you, for me, and for all of us. Thank you for being on this journey of hope and healing with me. And go check out the Emotional Survival Kit at RebeccahSilence.com right now. I love you. I'll be seeing you soon. Thanks, everyone.